Hi, everyone. It's Adam with Baton Rouge Lacquer Studio. And today I've got a project that I'm going to be showing a new product that I've been using. This is actually going to be a water-based gloss. And I've been buying a lot of these Sapphire pieces, I believe as you pronounce them. And basically, I buy them scratch and dent. And it's a really good kind of hack for furniture flipping, and they're in good condition other than a few nicks, a few little things that they can't sell them retail as they might like. And yeah, so I just really have to clean them and sand them and do a coat of primer or two and then get to painting. So that's what I'm starting with here. I'm using my usual solution of Crud Cutter pre-paint cleaner, water, and a microfiber and a Scotch Brite to get this thing degreased and cleaned. I'll rinse it really good with water and just make sure any grease or any contaminants are off. Sanding for gloss or really for any coating before I prime, I'll start with the Festool Fine, I believe this is, which is kind of the same thing in Surf Prep. If you've been around furniture flipping a while, you're probably familiar with the contour pads that Surf Prep and Festool now offers. Also, Ecosan sells them. They're really good. You just have to be careful about applying pressure. And after I've given everything a scuff sand and a degrease, I'll mix up my primer. In this case, I'm going to be using Centurion 1111 primer. And they recommend catalyzation by 5%. I usually go above that and I'll do about 10 to 15. And I forgot to talk about my sprayer setup, but I'm using a 312. And yeah, I just dropped the sprayer. Not very good. So I use a quick shot. I have two of them in my furniture flipping business. I primarily just do furniture and a little bit of cabinetry. And I say that these are the workhorses of my shop. I understand all the problems with them, all the reasons people don't like them, but I still feel like they're irreplaceable and I will continue to buy them. Um, I sold my airless, I sold my Kremlin sprayer, and I just really like the way that the quick shots work. And also, I'll say that whenever you're spraying the 1111, a lot of people like to use a 308 tip. I found that a 312 tip gets a much better finish and a lot less sanding. So a 312 tip is what I'm using here. Sometimes I'll use a 310 or a 410, but yeah, I just feel like it looks a lot better with 311. Some more like fine or uh, more thin primers, I will use a 308, but that's pretty rare. So spraying water-based comes with its challenges, and this is what has worked best for me. On surfaces with multiple angles, spraying cabinet doors is pretty easy. You only have one angle to hit, and you can get a pretty good mill thickness on a piece that doesn't have any vertical surfaces on it. But when it comes to the a piece that's going to have verticals and horizontals like this and a multiple angles to go through, I like to spray a very thin coat on my top, my flat surface, which is going to collect the most overspray. I'll quickly spray the sides and the angles, and then I'll come back and spray another good coat on the horizontal surface where that overspray, kind of amalgamates into that previous quick coat that I put on. And now I'm spraying my color coat. So I'll talk about all the products that I'm using. Um, Basically, I use my 2K primer that's been done. Now I'm spraying my 1K Gallery series from Sherwin-Williams color coat, and I am going to do a clear coat over that to get my gloss. And this is the best tip that I can give you if you're trying to do a gloss water base, and something that I struggled a lot with. I tried using cheaper products like matte products and flats for my color coat, and it is not really a good idea. And the reason is because particularly the 1K glosses are going to be very, very thin. And when you have a matte uh, color coat, it's going to kind of soak in and make a lot of pinholes. And maybe eventually you can get there, but it's going to take a lot of work. I recommend a semi or a 40 sheen or 30 sheen at least for your color coat before you do your gloss. Um, in a pinch, I guess you could use matte, but you want to make sure that you have sprayed it very well. Um, Whereas I think two coats, you could probably get away with a 40 sheen or a 30 sheen. And yeah, same process here. You know, I spray a quick coat on the top, then I'll come back, spray the sides, and spray another heavier coat on the top. And that just prevents that overspray from landing and drying on that top surface. And you want to work with everything kind of keeping a wet edge and basically making it to where you don't have anything flashing off before you come back to spray it again. That's a secret with water base in my experience. And if you get any bubbles, a very light spray or mist of the gun can usually pop them. Just particularly on the horizontal surfaces, you might get bubbles. So just make sure to check those very well. And if you need to, just do a quick mist over them, and that'll usually pop those bubbles. So another thing that I've kind of learned about the gloss is, although your surface, when your color coat is done, might look good, it might be porous, and you might have a little bit of substrate porosity that's going to kind of cause some surface tension. You're going to see a lot of bubbles and rashes and stuff like that um, in your coating whenever you spray that top coat. So what I like to do is just go ahead and wet sand the top or any surfaces that I think I might have issues with. Even if they do look good, I'll wet sand them with 800, then 1000, and then I'll spray my final color coat. And usually I actually will not sand that final color coat. So here I'm spraying that final color coat of Gallery in the color New London Burgundy, if you were wondering what the color was. And I'm going to just go ahead over that with a urethane one. I think it's a 90 sheen clear coat, and that's hopefully going to be good. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it takes a second coat, but the particular clear coats that I use are a little bit thicker. Okay, so I've mixed up and I've let my color coat sit for a day, and now I'm spraying my 2K catalyzed top coat. This is the Gloss 90 sheen. I've vacuumed my area really well. I've cleaned up for dust, and I usually turn my fume extractors on low because I don't want to pull a lot of debris into these coatings. And now I'm going to give you kind of my recommendation for clear coats. Um, the particular clear coat that you choose doesn't necessarily matter. I will say that some are shinier than others, but I'm going to give you 4 or 5 different names that you can use. and you can pick whichever one you think is suitable to you based on your particular dealers that you have near you. And I feel confident that for a 1K color coat and then a 2K top coat, as long as it's a urethane, you can use any of these products. Um, General Finishes Enduro line has a 2K clear coat that comes in gloss. It's a good product, and it can be sprayed out of a cup gun or a HVLP or airless or whatever. Um, Centurion has a 2K, as does Renner has a 2K product. These are all urethanes. The important part is that it's a urethane, not an alkyd, in my opinion. And also, you can get a 2K. What's it called? There's one more. I think Icro makes a gloss urethane, and Acrylon 100 from Sherwin-Williams. Now, this particular product goes on milky, but it dries clear. It just needs sometimes a little bit of UV exposure to help get the milkiness out. But most of the time, it dries clear, and I don't have any issues. I try to spray around 6 wet mils on the top and around 3 to 5 on the sides. And you'll see in the next coat that it will look really good. So obviously I sprayed the next video when I'm done, that all this will dry up and it'll be clear. So you could see that I masked off these sides, and I just sprayed a second coat on the top, and I only sprayed one coat on the sides. But yeah, this is kind of my recipe for getting a good gloss finish with water-based, solvent lacquers and everything. I just have really bad allergies and stuff, so I can't really use those like I used to. Even just being around them, even if I have a respirator on, it just makes my sinuses act up for days. So I had to switch to a water-based product, and I'm really happy with this system. Good chemical resistance. It checks all the boxes for a good product, in my opinion. Now I'm just putting the piece back together, and yeah, let me know what you think. If there's any other information you need help with, I'll be willing to answer questions. So here's the finished piece. I got it kind of walking around it. You can see that milkiness is going away. It looks clear. And yeah, it's for sale. Another piece that I got to flip. I love furniture flipping. That's what we do here. And recycling, stuff like that. So if you're interested in upcycling and other furniture flipping projects, please follow my channel.